Hi, welcome to Motion Product. Today we're going to take a look at turning emails into stylish emails using Bubble and a third-party plugin called Postmark so that we can also solve the issue of Bubble emails going to spam. So we're going to take a look at how we can add a receipt to an order form. So let's jump into Bubble. We're just going to go look at the pre-made pages that I made here that has a sandwich. You add an email address to it and you click the buy now, and that takes you to the order confirmation page. This is the core flow of the application. So now let's jump back into the application and take a look at the workflow, because what we want to do now is add the step to send an email. So right now I have a create new orders, which auto increments an order ID, attaches the order email to a field, and then sends that information to the confirmation page. So I choose the step send email. I use the input field for the order email address. The sender name can be anything you want. And here the subject can be anything you want. You can also include dynamic text in there. So here I'm going to have order number and whatever number of the order it is. Now I'm just taking a look at what information's on the confirmation page, and then I'm going to add that into the email using the rich text editor. And the rich text editor allows me to add some horizontal lines and then also some formatting like bolding. So we're just going to bold the important information, and there it is in the page itself, in the body. So let's go see if this works. But before we do that, we just need to ensure that we send the email before we redirect the user to the next page. So let's see this in action. Cool. We add in our email address, hello@motionproduct.com, click buy now, and then nothing has happened on this page. But when we look into my email, I can see that that email has come through by Bubble. So with the text inside the body, you can also insert dynamic data here. And here I'm just showing an example of using the order ID inside this step as well. So let's just go and see how that it works in action right now. So we see that come through, and now we can see that order 16 is populated. But the email, to help us send better emails, we're going to use a third-party service called Postmark, and Postmark works for hosted domains. So for myself, it's motionproduct.com, so it won't work with Gmail, Yahoo, or Hotmail. So when your account's being verified, you can only send to your own domain and other ones that has been verified. So that's something to be aware of. So when you first get into Postmark, you'll be sent to this page here that has all these different things, but that's not what you care about. You go into settings and look at the server API tokens. Click on the key and that copies the token for you. We're going to look for the Postmark plugin called Rich Postmark Emails. Install that, and then under server key, add your key that you got from Postmark. Now going back to Bubble, you can see under plugins, now there's a Postmark send email, and in here you can add all your information. So from at the beginning, you need to send it from your own verified domain. So I'm using my personal one here. And then 2, I'm taking the order email address, something that we did similarly before. And here we can use our rich text editor to populate the text body. And you can also insert dynamic data as you did before here. So we're just going to test the basic functionalities of Postmark. And in here you can add subject and things like that as well. So we're just going to delete the old one and then rearrange the Postmark to go before redirecting the user. So let's see this in action. So add in my email address, but I've been doing this a lot. So another way that you can make your life a little bit easier is to use a conditional rule to say that if I'm in test mode, so the page isn't a live version, so isn't live version is yes. Set the initial content of the text input field to be my email address. So this should save you a little bit more time when you're testing out your application, so you don't have to type email addresses or things time and time again. So if I refresh the page, you can see that's all populated now. So all I need to do now is just click buy now. I click on it and check my email here. I'm using Postmark, and you can see that came through, but it's still a text email, so we can do a little bit better by leveraging Postmark's HTML capabilities. So with the HTML, you can style it up completely. So here's one I made earlier. Link for this code is down below in the description, and I'm just gonna paste it in there just to see how this will look. So this is HTML markup. Click buy now. So this time I should be able to get an email address, an email with a stylized order. Look at that. So we can also insert dynamic text inside HTML content. So what I'm looking for here is the order number. So there's order 100. I'm going to insert this as a dynamic data. So order ID, cool. So that's in there. It was a little bit tricky to find amongst all that markup. So let's see what that looks like right now. Click buy now. Confirmation screen, jump back into my emails. There it is, an updated one, and scroll down. That's the one from before, and there we go. Order 19, updated and looking beautiful. Another reason to use Postmark is that there's a page around statistics and activities, so you can actually view all the emails that have been sent through Postmark. So you can check to see if things went through properly or not. It's a great debugging tool and a great way to understand emails being sent around. Like I said earlier, trying to find the different fields in here to edit and change is very tedious. And especially if you want to move towards inserting images and doing multiple lines of content dynamically, that's going to be really, really hard. But Postmark has this idea of templates. So templates allow you to create an email in Postmark, such as invoices, receipts, and all these standard types, or you can make your own. And by doing so, you can use the Postmark API through Bubble and send that out. The difference between this method and what I shown before is that it's not using a plugin. So if you'd like to see how this is being used or like how to use this, please leave me a message down below in the comments. And if you thought this was a useful video, please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel for more content.